Welcome. Here we are starting with equity valuation. All of us read about, think about, and kind of want to invest in equity shares of various companies, and we keep on reading the financial news, and sometimes we wonder how these equity shares, how these stocks are valued. So we are starting with that discussion, that how we calculate the intrinsic value of a share of any company. We calculate the value of one share in company, that may be publicly held or that may be closely held. So whenever we talk of equity valuation, there are so many numbers and there are so many models that have been developed, but essentially what we are talking of today is we are talking of how to value the equity, how to calculate the intrinsic value of the share of a company. Now, suppose, let us start with a scenario that there is a share of any company, say ABC Limited, a fictitious company, and suppose this share is now trading at $40. And there is one analyst, you read the news, and this analyst has predicted that in 1 year this price of this share is going to be $50 1 year from now. And this company is paying a dividend of $0.20 per share, that is 20 cents per share. And there is a required rate of return of 8%. Required rate of return is nothing else but the cost of return that is expected from equity. Put it this way, return expected on equity. Naturally, when we invest in shares of the company, there is a general kind of expectation that we must earn that much. So that is 8%. Now, when you read these particulars and then you think, oh, whether I should buy this share or not, suppose you have to make this decision. Suppose I have to make this decision, right? Whether I should invest in this share or not. Now, how I would decide that? So logically speaking, what should I do? I should find out the intrinsic value of this share of this fictitious company ABC Limited, right? Intrinsic value is kind of a real value or a true value or the fundamental value of a share of the company. For example, what is the real value of anything? For example, I prepare a gift pack and I put, suppose, two chocolates in there. One chocolate is of $5, another chocolate is of $3, and then I buy a particular kind of box for $2 and I put these two chocolates in there. Now this gift pack is worth $10. $5 for chocolate 1, $3 for chocolate 2, and $2 worth of this gift pack which I purchased. So 5 plus 3 plus 2 is $10. So this is actually the intrinsic value of this gift pack, $10, the real value, the fundamental value, right? So same way here, what we are trying to do, we are trying to calculate this intrinsic value of this share of this company ABC Limited. How we will do that? One approach that we can adopt is to calculate the present value of all the cash flows that would be received from this share, right? That would be actually the intrinsic value of this share. Now the question arises, okay, I am investing today, and for how long I will be investing? I will be investing only for 1 year, right? So after 1 year, what will happen? A company would give me some dividend, and that dividend is 20 cents, $0.20. And after 1 year, since analyst has predicted that price of this share would be $50, the terminal value of this share would be $50. So terminal value is just the amount that you will get when you sell the share in future, anytime in future. But in this case, it has been specified in scenario 1, it has been specified that this would be sold in $50 for $50. Now, essentially, in order to determine this intrinsic value, we have to discount this dividend of $0.20 and we have to discount this terminal value that we will realized upon selling the share in 1 year. So we have to discount those two, discounted at 8% and find the present value, and then sum these two numbers, and that would be the intrinsic value of this share. And let us do that. So first one is 0.20, that would be discounted at 1 plus R is 8% here, so it is 0.08. So plus of course $50, that would also be discounted at 8%. So here the exponent is 1, here the exponent is 1, because we are discounting them for 1 year only, because these are the cash values that would be realized after 1 year. So when these two are discounted and these two are added together, so this would be what is known as intrinsic value of this share. So if you want to literally do it, so it would be 0.20 divided by 1.08, that gives us this number, and we will add that to first memory slot, store 1, and then second one is 50 divided by 1.08. This gives us this number, which is present value of $50 that would be realized after 1 year by selling the share. So we will store that in second memory slot. So recall 1, add to that recall 2. So the total is 46.48. So present value of both the cash flows that will be received from this share is $46.48. So this is what is called the intrinsic value of a share, and we have used discounting of cash flow method to discount the values of these two cash flows. So whenever you are planning to purchase a share, and you have to make decision whether I should buy that share or not, so the first step is always to find the intrinsic value of that share. Once you have done that, the second step for you would be to see whether the market price at which this share is trading today is greater than intrinsic value of this share. If you find that yes, it is trading at a higher than intrinsic value, then this stock is probably what is known as overpriced or overvalued. So you should not buy that. It is already overvalued. It is trading at more than its real value. But if the market price is equal to intrinsic value, or as a matter of fact rather less than intrinsic value, then this share is in this case we will call it as fairly valued, and in this case when market price is less than intrinsic value, we will call that it is actually undervalued share, and in this case you can pick to buy the share of this company if you like so. But literally computing these cash flows or present value of these cash flows, I should say, is not a very efficient method. Rather, we should use time value of money to calculate this intrinsic value. And how we do that? So let us clear the TVM row and let us now start doing this calculation. So here in this case, the future value, the total amount to be received after 1 year is $50.20. So this is what we will enter as future value in the BA2 Plus calculator. And we are discounting it at what price? We are discounting it at a cost of 8%. That was required rate of return is 8%. So 8 goes as IY, 1 goes as N, compute present value, and it is 4648, the same number. So this way we can use time value of money row, TVM row, which is this row in financial calculator, and calculate the intrinsic value of this share, and this comes out to be minus 46.48. Minus sign just indicates that it is outflow of the cash, and it means whenever you have to purchase this share you have to pay the money, so it will be outflow of cash for you. That is why this number is coming up as negative number. So in discounted cash flow method, DCF approach, which we just used, we are doing basically what? We are discounting the cash flows that would be received from a share, and we are discounting it at required rate of return on equity. So at the end of year 1, let us call it D1, the dividend that is received, it is discounted at the required rate of return for 1 year, and the price of the share that we will be realizing after 1 year, and that would also be discounted at R. R is the required rate of return for 1 year. This stock was assumed to be held for 1 year only. So these are the two discounted cash flows that we got. We can actually use a time value of row, TVM row on the calculator to discount these cash flows. Basically what we will do in this case, we will add D1 plus P1, and this will go into future value of the calculator. R will go as IY, and we have seen that N would in this case be 1, and then we will compute present value, which would give us the intrinsic value of the share. And since this share is trading in the market at $40 only today, and its intrinsic value came out to be 46.48, so this stock is currently selling at less than the intrinsic value. So this share is called undervalued share, and it is a good investment opportunity for me, and I should go and buy this share. So as per valuation model, this ABC share you should purchase at the current price. But you know, this is theoretical consideration. Actual, whether you make profit on this share or not, you will wait for 1 year, and actually whatever is the price after 1 year, when you sell at that price, then only then you will get to know that whether you made money out of this share or not. But here, as per equity valuation models, which is a kind of a discounted cash flow model, we are saying, we are deciding, the decision is that yes, this share is a good buy because its intrinsic value is definitely more than the price at which it is selling, so it makes a good investment opportunity. So basically what we did, we are using here this model, and this model is essentially the model when you are holding equity shares for 1 period only, 1 year only. But in the next learning, we will get into multi-year investment opportunity. We will talk of 2 and more years of investment and how to make decision about intrinsic value when you plan to invest for more than 1 year. Thanks for joining.